Do you know which are the top 5 beaches in Rio according to locals? In this video, I have asked many locals, Brazilians from Rio and from other parts of the country, which were the 5 favorite beaches for them in Rio. The ones that got the most points are here in this list, so let's dive right in. My name is Anna, and here in this channel I tell you everything about Brazil, so if you're interested, take a look at my other videos and see if there is anything that will help you prepare for your trip to Brazil or just allow you to travel vicariously through the videos. So starting on the 5th spot is Leblon Beach. Leblon Beach is at the far end of the most famous stretches of beach in Rio. It is very close to the Two Brothers Mountains, which is seen in many of the nice pictures and videos you see about Rio. The beach is the one that has the lifeguard outposts 11 and 12. So pay attention to this because many of the beaches in Rio, at least the ones that you're probably gonna be going to, every other mile or so, you're gonna have a lifeguard outpost and they are numbered. So they go from 1 until, I don't know, 18 or something. And usually when people refer to where they like to go to the beach, they will tell you, yes, I prefer to be around outpost 11 or 12. So Leblon is in between the 11 and the 12, which is the last 2 outposts within the South Zone. Other than that, you start going into the West Zone, São Conrado, and other beaches. In Leblon is where you're gonna see a lot of people do a lot of sports. So you're gonna see volleyball, you're gonna see people running, doing CrossFit. So there's also that vibe of wellness going on in that area. So if you're looking for something trendy, something posh, something related to wellness, probably Leblon is the beach you're looking for. Number 4, Arpoador Beach. Perhaps mostly famous for its gorgeous sunset, our number 4 beach here, Arpoador Beach, is directly on the other side of Ipanema Beach. The lifeguard outpost here, as I mentioned, Leblon was the 11 and 12. Here in Arpoador, it's going to be the number 7. And it's a stretch of beach where there is no street going right in front of it. So the street that goes all the way through Ipanema, it turns towards Copacabana before it reaches Arpoador. So it's almost like it has that pedestrian vibe to it. And it's where that huge rock where people sit to see the sunset is located in. Every day that it's sunny, when it's around sunset, people go towards that rock to sit there and watch the sunset and clap towards it. It's already a tradition of the city. It gets extremely busy, especially over weekends, holidays, and during the summertime, where it's a little bit less crowded during the weekdays. The Arpoador Beach is very well served with beach vendors, with kiosks, and some couple of charming bars that have the views towards the beach and the sunset. There is also a small plaza. You can find yoga classes around sunset, which I imagine is amazing to just like do some yoga while watching the sunset in that beautiful place. You can just get there and probably they'll be able to tell you how much it costs and how you can join. The Arpoador Beach has a mix of people of all tribes, all walks of life. It's a very eclectic, very democratic beach. So you're gonna see everything if you want to watch surfers, if you want to just enjoy the sunset, if you want to just take a look at the vibe and just have a feel like it's loads of families, loads of people, single people, couples, everything. The only thing I would advise you is if you're there to enjoy the sunset, just start to leave as soon as the dusk starts to set, because it can become a little bit dangerous and deserted. You're gonna see like everybody leaving as soon as the sun goes down. So just kind of follow the crowd and don't stay there to avoid any issues. Other than that, it's beautiful, it's safe. You're gonna see police everywhere, and it's a beautiful place to enjoy an afternoon beach and then the sunset towards the evening. Number 3, Lem Beach. So we are now going to go all the way towards lifeguard outpost number 1, which is our 3rd spot winner, Lem Beach. Lem is at the far end of Copacabana, so you're gonna go all the way to the other side of the South Zone. It has smaller waves, so you will usually see loads of families, elderly people, all of those people that would prefer a little bit of like the quieter waves in there. You also have a few options for kiosks, one of them being the famous Mureta do Leme, which will give you like a privileged view because it's slightly higher up than the sea level. So you have a little bit of a vantage point towards Copacabana Beach. And you're also gonna see some people fishing. So if you're interested in watching people fishing, or if you want to enjoy the waters that are a little bit quieter, if you want to enjoy the beach, the stretch of sand here is very wide. so you can probably spread your things and be having not all of that crowd around you. So it's very family friendly, and it's a very good position for you to have the view of Copacabana like the ones you see in pictures. Number 2, Grumari Beach. So now we're coming out completely out of the area of Rio that you usually think of when you're thinking of beach. We have the second spot beach winner, which is Grumari. The name for the beach comes from an indigenous language, Tupi, which is the name of a tree that grows around that area. So Grumari is part of the area that we call the wild beaches in Rio, because there is not a lot of infrastructure. There are no buildings. It looks very deserted. It looks raw nature, you know. You're gonna see the vegetation, the sand, just the road going through, but not much more than that, which is why we call them the wild beaches. There is also not any public transportation that gets you there, so it's way less crowded than the other ones. Usually only people that mean to go there will be going either with their own car, or they're gonna get an Uber or a taxi. The only thing I would advise you is that make sure to agree with someone, or to have a transfer to take you and pick you back up, because if you get there by Uber or taxi, it's going to be easy to get there, but you're going to have a hard time finding your way, because it's a bit out in the middle of nowhere. I was checking Google Maps, and it says Grumari is a nude beach, but I think it got confused with the one right to the east, which is Abricó. So they're like side by side. Abricó is the only nudist beach in Rio, but the Grumari is a normal beach. You can keep your clothes on, and you can just like enjoy the beach as you would anywhere else. This beach is perfect if you want to see a little bit of a more untouched natural scenery, way fewer crowds, except for the weekends. Surfers, because this is already pretty much in the open sea, so the waves here just go much strongly into the sand. So expect big waves. Bring your own food, which I honestly would recommend. And obviously, please do take all of your garbage, everything with you once you go, because we want to keep the beach pristine for when other people come. This is the second spot for most of my friends Cariocas, and I think it's because when we think of Rio, we always think of those crowds, the buildings, and the urban beaches. So this feels really special because it's far, it feels like secluded, and it feels different from what we're used in Rio. So that's why it came as a strong second place. Number 1, Ipanema Beach. Ipanema has since long dethroned Copacabana as the favorite spot of locals and tourists alike. And the reason for that is because Ipanema really has that vibe and the liveliness that you're looking for when you come to Rio. It is an extremely vibrant and extremely exuberant beach, and it just really embodies the spirit of Rio when you think about beach life. Ipanema is situated in between lifeguards outposts 8 and 10, so 8, 9, 10, and it's currently the most popular beach in Rio. Ipanema itself is the coolest neighborhood in Rio due to its charming restaurants, shops, bars, which, by the way, I did a full video on. If you want to check that one out, I go around the entire neighborhood showing you what it looks like. And you will see not only people at the beach, but also like the entire vibrancy of the boardwalk translates that as well. So you're going to see people roller skating, walking the dog, cycling, enjoying the beach, playing sports. Ipanema, as Copacabana and Lem, also has a very wide stretch of sand, but it can get extremely crowded, especially during weekends, holidays, and summertime. Ipanema is perfect to eat beach food from all the beach vendors that are walking up and down, to do some people watch, to enjoy the landscape, because that's the most famous landscape in Rio. As you can see, I did not mention Copacabana as being one of them, and the reason for that is because Copacabana nowadays is not really a beach that the locals enjoy or would say that it's the top 10. And if you do want to know a little bit more about Copacabana and how it looks like, and maybe decide for yourself if you want to go there or not, I have this other full video here. Or if you want to know more about beach etiquette and how Brazilians behave in beach, especially around Rio culture with beach, check this other one here that I also did, and I filmed it in Lem. I will see you soon. Bye!